It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. The NFL is back. We're talking week 2, and we've got some rapid fire picks for you guys. For a limited time only, we've got 15% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. Just use the promo code NFL15. We've got Craig Trapp joining us. Let's get going. Rams, Eagles, Philly, favorite in this one, -1, a line that's been changing quite a bit. The total is 46. Rams 1-0, beating the Cowboys 20-17, and Eagles 0-1 after losing to lowly Washington 27-17. Craig, what you got on this one?
Eagles, probably the biggest disappointment, I would guess, week 1. I know they burned a lot of tickets. I see them in the groups out there that a lot of parlay tickets had the Eagles. I think the Rams obviously are, I think, the more complete team, the better coach team. And right now I'm going with the known after week 1. I'm going to take the Rams here. I do think the Eagles, if they get back some of these offensive linemen they've been missing, I think that will help. But to me, it's just something's not right with this Eagles team the last few years. And until they fix things, I'm going to fade them. Let's take the LA Rams.
I think I'm going to go on the opposite end just because this line looks really fishy. Last week it looked fishy. I was surprised that Washington was only 5.5-point underdogs, and so I'm going with the fishy line again and taking Philly. They do get one of their offensive linemen back this week. They had 3 offensive linemen hurt last game, and Wentz sacked 8 times and threw 2 interceptions. It was a tough game for him. I think it gets better this game, and I'm taking Philly. Next up, we've got Broncos and Steelers. The Steelers favored -7.5. Total is 41.5. Craig, thoughts on this one?
Well, these are 2 teams coming off those Monday Night Football games, so at least they're both in a short week together. I think I like the under in this one. I just think this Pittsburgh defense is so good. They were really good last year, even when they had subpar quarterback play and put them in tough spots. Now they have Big Ben, doesn't put them in tougher spots. I think, what they say, the best thing is making sure every possession ends in a kick. And I think they'll do a lot of punting here because I like this Denver defense as well. I think the under is a solid play. I do think the Steelers win, but man, that extra half a point is a little too much for me. So I'm definitely going to take the under instead.
Hey, I think we're on the same page for once. I like the under in this one as well. And you said it, it's the defense that I love in this one. This Pittsburgh defense, led by Joe Hayden, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and TJ Watt, has certainly been good in their first game. And I like them here against Drew Lock and the Broncos. All this hype has been surrounding Drew Lock, how he's the next good quarterback to come out of Denver that's had trouble drafting quarterbacks, but I haven't seen it yet. They struggle against the Titans, who have a mediocre defense at best. Rashaan Evans, their best linebacker, got kicked out of the game for throwing a punch. I think it was in the second quarter. So I don't see them doing any better against the Steelers. And the Broncos, pretty decent defensively. So we'll go with the under in that one. Panthers, Bucks. This is the opposite for me. Total is 47.5. The Bucks are -9. I don't expect defenses to be the factor in this one. I think the offenses are going to be key. Craig, what do you think?
Well, Tampa, I think there's been a lot of people jumping off the Tampa bandwagon because, Brady did not look as good. But let's remember, when he was with the Patriots had some stunning losses at times, especially in week 1, some of these times. So I think a lot of people are going to be jumping off. So I think if you're going to get on Tampa, this is probably not a bad spot. But I think I'm like what you said. I think the over is going to be pretty good here. So I'm going to be on the over. It's almost one of those maybe too obvious plays, is I think everybody, because this Tampa defense, and really New Orleans, I thought could have even scored more. So, but I do think in this one, I hate giving more than a touchdown. So I'm going to go with the over. Usually I love these teams getting extra few days, because the Texans came off that Thursday night game. You're getting it. But man, Baltimore looked so good, not just on offense. I mean, Lamar Jackson and that offense picked right up where they were in the regular season last year. That defense was really good. I mean, they had Baker Mayfield, just not knowing what to do with the ball. And, he didn't get a lot of help. He had a couple drops and a couple bad breaks, but that happens when you face really good defenses. I like Baltimore, so I'm going to lay the points with Baltimore here. I just think Lamar Jackson continues to show that during the regular season, maybe as good as anybody, maybe even as good as Patrick Mahomes.
Wow, we're on the same page yet again. I like the Ravens in this one for this reason. The Ravens always seem to be world beaters when it comes to the month of September. They're really good off the start. 11-4 straight up in September in their last 15. And also John Harbaugh, a really good coach in the preseason. They're always seeming to win all of their preseason games. But the Texans are not the same team without DeAndre Hopkins. Deshaun Watson is missing him as a target pretty badly. And I like this Ravens offense to roll. Next up, we've got the Patriots and the Seahawks, excuse me. Seahawks favored -3.5 at home. The total is 45. Craig, what do you think?
This is one of those games I think you either believe this New England defense is the real deal, like they were in Miami, and you maybe even parlay this. You take New England and the under, or you believe that maybe Miami's not very good and you take Seattle and the over. So I think it's the latter. I'm going to take Seattle in the over. I think New England will score some points. We saw Seattle give up, like you said, a bunch of points to Carolina and Teddy Bridgewater. I think they'll score some points, but I think you parlay this one up. So there's your free parlay. Seattle minus the points. Take the over as well. The better of those two play, I think, is the over. But I like the parlay of those two teams together.
Right, and the Seahawks have been incredibly good at home in primetime. This is a Sunday night game, 16-5-2 against the number in primetime games at home, according to OddsShark. So I do like them here. I know the 12th man won't be in attendance, but I still like Russell Wilson. What a game he is coming off of. 31 of 35 for 322 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So I like the Seahawks offense to roll. I don't know if this Patriots offense can keep it going if it turns into a track meet. Cam Newton, he rushed for 75 yards last game, and this has become a run-first offense. But I think the Seahawks offense is going to roll at home, and that's why I like the Hawks. That's going to do it for our rapid-fire picks here on Picks and Parlays. Thanks for watching, and good luck.